The holy name of Mary, the power to save. Throughout the history of Christianity, countless souls have experienced the holiness and the power of the holy name of Mary. The saints have affirmed, "At the sound of Mary's name, demons tremble, angels rejoice, and humanity finds hope." The name of Mary is a shield of protection, a light in the darkness, and a steadfast hope in moments when despair seems overwhelming. The following story, passed down from ancient Italy, reveals that very power. One afternoon, a gentle young maiden had to travel alone along a desolate road winding through forested hills. That path was notorious, for brutal bandits often lurk there to rob and kill. Yet that day she had no choice but to walk it. Her heart raced, every step weighed down by fear. Suddenly, a shadow appeared in the distance. As it drew closer, her body froze in terror. It was the most feared bandit of the region, a man whose cruelty had brought horror to countless travelers. He blocked her path, his eyes cold and sharp, his voice cutting through the silence. "You must obey me. If you resist, I will kill you immediately." At those words, the blood in her veins seemed to stop flowing. No one was near, there was no escape, only despair surrounding her. Yet in that moment of hopelessness, a spark lit within her heart. She remembered the Blessed Virgin Mary, the Heavenly Mother who never failed to protect those who called upon her. With all her faith and trembling trust, she fell to her knees before the bandit, her lips quivering as she cried out, "Mary, Holy Mother, save me. For the sake of Our Lady, please, spare my life. Please do not kill me." The bandit flinched. His hand, already gripping the hilt of his dagger, froze for a brief instant. But his eyes still burned with savagery. Fear overwhelmed her, and through tears she pleaded again, more desperately, more fervently. "Mary, O Blessed Mother, protect me in this hour. I beg you. Sir, for the sake of Our Lady, spare me." The air grew heavy with silence. The bandit's expression wavered. His gaze remained fixed on her, yet within his eyes a hidden struggle raged. Desperation surged through her veins. Gathering every last ounce of strength, she lifted her voice in one final cry, a trembling plea that echoed across the desolate hills. "Mary, Holy Name of Mary most powerful, save me. I beg you. For the sake of Our Lady, spare my life." As her final words faded, an eerie stillness filled the air. The wind howled through the trees, as if echoing the terror of the moment. That third invocation pierced like an arrow into the hardened heart of the murderer. The bandit stood motionless, his shoulders trembling. The once ferocious fire in his eyes grew dim, as though subdued by an unseen power. His grip slackened, and his hand slowly released the dagger. His breath came heavy, as if he had just escaped a violent struggle within his own soul. Then suddenly, his voice, once harsh and cruel, emerged low and broken. "Very well. For the sake of Our Lady, I will spare you. But remember this, pray to the Blessed Mother for me as well." Those words fell like a miracle. The man who had once spread fear became in that moment a protector. Not only did he release her, he guided her along the dangerous mountain path, shielding her from every threat. And when they reached safety, he turned away in silence, leaving behind not only the figure of a bandit, but also the faint trace of a soul touched by grace. The young woman collapsed to her knees at the roadside, tears streaming down her face. With trembling lips, she whispered in gratitude, "Mary, I thank you, Mother."
The power of the Mother of God. For thousands of years, the Virgin Mary has been venerated by millions of hearts across the world, yet few truly understand why she holds such an exalted and unique place. St. Thomas Aquinas, one of the greatest theologians of all time, once declared, The title of Mother of God is so sublime that no greater dignity can be found among creatures. He even added, God, though almighty, could not create a dignity higher than that of being the Mother of God. And because of this absolute greatness, the warnings about offending the Blessed Mother are far from superstition. The story you are about to hear is a powerful reminder of the consequences that follow when one shows disrespect to the Mother of God. It all happened on a freezing winter night in 1649, when the German army occupied a small village in France. To pass the time, a group of soldiers gathered inside a modest house, lit a fire, and began to gamble. At first, the atmosphere was lively, but tension soon began to rise. One soldier, named Klaus, kept losing round after round. His face grew darker, his eyes burning red with fury. When he finally lost his last coin, he slammed the table, leapt to his feet, and cursed loudly, venting all his rage on those around him. In a reckless fit of anger, his gaze suddenly fell upon a portrait of the Virgin Mary, hanging reverently on the wall. The image radiated a serene, sacred beauty, starkly contrasting with the chaos of the gambling den. But Klaus, blinded by hatred and frustration, muttered words of blasphemy, words no one else would dare to utter. Then, with a violent hand, he tore the holy image to shreds and trampled it beneath his feet, spitting out cruel insults against the Mother of God. At that very moment, something terrifying happened. Klaus's whole body began to tremble violently, and he collapsed to the ground. His limbs twisted and convulsed, his face contorted in unbearable agony. He groaned in torment, unable to utter a single word. The pain gripped him without ceasing. His fellow soldiers looked on in horror. They tried desperately to help, but nothing could ease the dreadful suffering Klaus was enduring. By the 5th day, as the troops prepared to leave the village, his comrades lifted him onto a horse. But along the way, his frail body could bear no more. He fell to the ground, foam spilling from his mouth, his teeth clenched tight, his eyes rolling back in unspeakable pain, until finally he drew his last breath in utter misery. The villagers who witnessed the scene were struck with fear, convinced that this was divine punishment for one who had dared to insult the Blessed Virgin Mary. And so the story was passed down through generations, serving as a solemn warning. Mary is the Mother of God, mighty and full of love. Whoever honors her will be sheltered by her care, but whoever insults her will face consequences beyond imagining.